Hi everyone, thanks for coming and having a look at this video. We're going to be having a look at using Pear Deck's Flashcard Factory today. Pear Deck's got a great user interface and it's a fantastic program. The kids love it. It's got also a fantastic way of working with Google Slides. If you haven't looked at that, check out last week's video. This week we're going to have a look at how to use it with flashcards and vocabulary. So I'm going to start off on the right, I've got the teacher interface. And on the left, I've got the student interface. So I'm going to start off by inputting this code CYSNH, or confused yards switch new highlighters. And I'm going to put that over here so we can get started. Now I'm just going to be logging in as one student for this, just so you can see what it looks like. It is better when you've got more people participating, but you'll be able to see why that is in a second. Once you've got your workers, you can get started. Okay, so when you've got your workers all signed in, what it does is it sorts you into the day shift and night shift groups. It's got a really nice theme about doing this like a factory production line. Once your learners are ready, they can click and show that they're ready to begin. And once that's all good to go, then the teacher can click Let's Play, or you can continue to shuffle the teams or be on this screen whilst you're waiting for more people to sign in and sort themselves out. Okay. Once you are ready to begin, it will update over here. On the right, what it shows is your production line onto the conveyor belt. It shows the words that are on this week's set of vocab cards, and it shows you how many terms you've got over here in the top right that are currently completed. The students now have this interface where they will get randomly assigned one of these words, and they've now got to draw a definition for it. So we've got the word bellowed. So if I wanted to draw a definition from that, I might just draw a person standing here, and they are going to be bellowing out just to show a visual representation of what this word means. Once they're done, it's nice if they do get a bit more time to spend adding detail and fleshing this out. They do definitely love that side of it. You can click on I'm done drawing though and move on. Then what it asks you to do is use that word in a sentence to go alongside it as well. So you could have something like stop, he bellowed. There we go. Once you've got that correct and you're happy with that, then they can click and add that on as a writing. Then their flashcard is complete and they can ship it. It's fun watching over on this side because what happens when they ship it is you get the flashcard dropped down onto the conveyor belt and you get this lovely little tiny image showing what they've drawn, and that will start to ship over there. As you've got more people doing this, it will add in more and more and they kind of build up, and it gives a very fun visual side to this as well. And over on the right, you can see we've now got 1 out of 10 terms completed. I'm just going to quickly do one again where we've got someone whispering here, and you're going to see my fantastic art skills, and they're whispering into someone's ear. There we go. So we've got someone whispering into someone's ear here, now starting to look like a cat. And you could have he whispered quietly as a nice simple explanation. Okay, once that's done, now you can see that we've got 2 terms. I just wanted to add in a second one so that you can see what happens here when we go into our quality control phase. You can see down here we've got our different phases. We're currently in the production one, next it's quality control, and then it's into the shipping phase. As we move into quality control, that's when you get to start reviewing it as a class. So the class now on their iPads or devices, they're going to see this interface where they can see the flashcard currently being examined by the class. And you can have that discussion about whether or not you think it's an accurate depiction of this word. So we've got their definition produced by Merriam-Webster from when you've added in the words at the beginning before you set this up, and you've got the definition as created by your class. So what you might have here then is if they've got a correct one, you can then stamp it, and it gets the nice Pear Deck stamp of approval. Or if you want to change your mind, you can still click and give it the stamp of rejection, depending on what you're doing. You can have multiple. It will show you down here if there's, say, 3 different flashcards for bellowed. It will show them all along there with that bellowed underneath it, and you can have multiple approved that you might want to use later on. I'll show you what that looks like at the end. And then once they're all done and you've gone through them all, it will move into the shipping section. Moving into the shipping is basically showing that you've completed your set. Again, you get a nice animation at the end of all of the flashcards you've made raining down onto this truck. Looks super fun. Kids absolutely love it. And you can then export the flashcards. This one's super cool because what it does is it's fully integrated with Quizlet. You can name your flashcard set and export it into Quizlet, which is, again, really, really cool. It also shows you which class won, depending on how many ones you approved. but I try not to keep it too competitive. Just want to quickly show you what it looks like when it is in Quizlet. Once you go back in, you get this view, and it will maintain your Quizlet link. You can also publish it to Classroom from there, and then it will show you all of the flashcards you've made. This is the most recent set I've made with my class, and it shows you all of the different definitions from Quizlet. If you haven't used it, fantastic website. I would recommend it. It's a nice way of finding out that your class have decided that you have your own catchphrase. But you can see I've got multiple definitions for the word bellowed. It's a really nice way of getting these things working and going from there.